Okay, here's my beautiful cousin Misty. The reason that I am here in this incredible treehouse is because of this woman. Peace.
Peace.
So just like, I want to know how did Groove, first of all, what is Groove?
Groove is just a really, really simple concept and a different way of experiencing dance as a group. And it is mind-blowing.
You make it sound so simple when it's actually like life-changing.
It tends to be so for many people, but it actually is very simple. You did it yesterday. How simple is it?
It is so simple but so impactful.
Yeah, because you have the space to be yourself. That's why it's
really
so
what it
impactful.
is.
You're not trying to look like anyone else. You're not trying to copy anyone else. You're not trying to be like anyone else. It's a space where you get to be completely authentically yourself. And on purpose, and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
They really
they don't.
They don't.
Well, and that's the basic philosophy behind Groove, is the fundamental, and it came through me, and I'll share my story, but really there's 5 fundamental truths that we teach on the dance floor. And you get to practice them on the dance floor. 1, nobody cares what you look like. And that is the truth. Nobody fucking cares what you look like.
They really don't.
So don't waste your time and your energy or restrict yourself in your life holding back because you're afraid of what other people think about it.
We're too consumed with worrying about ourselves.
So that you don't actually live.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so powerful, because when you taste that, when you taste what it feels like not to care, and you've set yourself free, and you actually have freed your mind of, I'm worried about what they think or I feel stupid, and you actually, that disappears, you open up into a whole other realm of yourself that is so powerful. That's why many people cry, because they're like, I've never allowed myself to do this unless I was drunk at a party or by myself alone in my room. But to do it with other people and like, what it's that's why it's overwhelming. But it's very simple. Like, anyone can do it. Like, we do it with children, we do it with people in wheelchairs, we do it. Anybody can do it. It's just, you have to confront yourself a little bit. And that's all. Like, because I'm asking you to be you. Okay. And some people don't know what that is.
Most people don't know what that is, which is really interesting.
But okay, so that's the first truth. The second truth is, you can't get it wrong. When you do things your own way and you are authentic, it is impossible to get it wrong. Okay? Third, you are unique. You should absolutely look and be different than anyone else. So once you look different than everybody else, you're getting it right.
Mm-hmm.
So stop trying to copy, stop trying to look like somebody else, stop trying to do someone else's movement. Mm-hmm. The fourth one is, no one can do it for you. Fourth truth, no one's gonna live your life for you, no one's gonna be healthy for you, no one's gonna love you like you can, no one is going to live your dreams for you or make them happen for you, no one's gonna dance for you. And so that's our fourth truth, that if you wanna do this shit, get your ass on the dance floor and do the shit. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Don't expect anyone to light up for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the last one, which is the most important, is that you don't know shit until you actually apply it. You have to practice to know something. You can talk all you want, you can say whatever, but until you actually put it into practice, you don't have a clue. You know, like, you can read a manual all day about how to, build a car. You can, and you can you do all the YouTube videos, but until you actually get your hands under the hood, you really don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's the same with anything. And so what we do in Groove is we just provide a space where you can practice those simple truths. No one cares. Your way's the right way. You are unique. You should look different. And no one's going to do it for you.
I love this so much.
But this is what came through me very loud and clear when I opened up to the space of it, which was, I was living in Los Angeles. And let's go further back. I became bulimic at 15 years old. And I was severely bulimic, almost killed myself. I would then move to Los Angeles, and it just amplified it in that disgusting, I don't want to be mean, but it's like very superficial world. And I just was caught up in it. I didn't question it. I just lived it. I was just trying to be like everybody else. Mm-hmm. I was just trying to, be pretty and have the perfect body. Mm-hmm. And I hated my body. I remember I would wake up in the morning and look at myself and grab my fat, and I would get so angry at myself. And my whole day, I was either nice or a bitch depending on how I felt about my body that day. And if I felt fat or if I felt skinny. And then if I went into the cycle of binging and purging, which I would sometimes do up to 4 times a day while working a full-time job. And I was married. He didn't even know. It's like the secret of all secrets. And it literally almost killed me. And then one day, something deep inside of me, in my depth of unconsciousness, craziness, something really deep inside of me said, sit down, close your eyes, and pay attention. And I ignored it for a while. And then eventually I just started to do that. I would get up in the morning and I would just sit in a chair and just, I didn't even know what I was doing. I guess I started to meditate, but I would get frustrated because I was like, is this meditation? But I didn't know how to meditate. But there was a catalyst, and the catalyst was this. I did a reflection of my life. And 2 things. Is this as good as it gets? And I was like, holy shit, is this the peak of is this as good as it gets? Because if this is as good as it gets, and if my life looks anything like this, 5 years from now, just kill me right now.
Yeah.
No, seriously, because my whole life was just what I looked like, how much money I was making, what car I was driving, who my friends were, and what fucking Hollywood parties I was going to. That was my life. And I didn't fit in. I never felt comfortable in it, but I didn't know any different. I didn't know who I was. So I was just trying to fit in and be like everybody else, right? And have people adore me and think I was pretty and whatever. But the groove came because, like everyone else, we're never good enough. I danced my whole life, but I always tried to dance to fit in. And I always tried to dance to look good and be perfect and get it right. And I let all that go. And I just went into a studio, put my music on, and for the first time in my life, I just let whatever wanted to happen, and I let the music move me. And I literally had, it's like every cell in my body became alive. And I was like, there's something here. And then I was an aerobics teacher. I was teaching fitness and dance. And so I started bringing
Because you were part of Les Mills, right?
Oh yeah, I was. Oh God, honey.
I know. You did stuff with Nike. You did you've done everything.
Everything. I was a Nike elite athlete for 7 years. I've worked for some of the biggest fitness companies: Reebok, Adidas, Skechers, Yoga Works.
Yeah.
Like, I have designed programs. I've done choreography for all these people. It's like, yeah, that was all great. But I knew I had my own thing. I had abilities and talents, and so when I started to share these ideas with my classes, they were like, we want more of that. Whatever that is, that feels really good.
Interesting.
And so within a couple of weeks, I was teaching this kind of, I didn't even know what to call it. I literally was like, what are we doing? I don't really, but everyone likes it and it feels good. And then I just asked myself a question one day. I'm like, what am I doing? And the only thing I could think is like, I'm getting my groove on.
Yeah.
I'm getting my groove on. I was like, I'm grooving. I'm so grooving. And then it just turned into the groove method, and that's what I teach people. So I train people all around the world. I've trained over 2,000 people how to teach it. So we've got facilitators in over 20 countries. And we call it the groove dance floor. So the experience the facilitator creates is the groove dance floor. And they can create any kind of experience they want. They can create a real fitness kind of dance experience. They can create a really introspective, chilled out yoga type dance experience. And while you're here, you'll get to experience all of those. It just connects you. And so the people that have this experience, it becomes something that they want to do on a regular basis because of what it does to them. And it makes you feel really good. And you stop caring about, oh, is my ass too fat? Do I look okay today? And it literally was grooving, getting my groove on. I didn't have to stop throwing up. Bulimia left me. And this is what I try to explain to people. I didn't have to try. There's no therapy. There was none of that. And if people need therapy, get it. But I will tell you, the greatest therapy is tell yourself the fucking truth. Get real with yourself. Why am I doing it? Who am I trying to impress? What is this body, this meat suit that I'm living in that is very temporary? How do I want to make it feel? Does it matter what it looks like? Well, in some cases, maybe it does, but who really cares except for you? And what is this all about? Ask yourself the big questions. It's not about what you look like.
So what do you think it is all about?
There is a wisdom, an intelligence much higher than me running the show so that I get to just have fun. I get to just party in the body because it's, as long as I take care of it and I'm nice to it, and that's the thing, be nice to it. And that's what groove does, is it allows you to be nice to your body, be loving with your body and creative with your body, and learn to have as much fun in your body as absolutely possible because you don't know how long you get to be in it. It's really very short. And the older you get, you realize how short it really is. But I actually just think it's to have fun and enjoy the amazing paradise that we live in, because if you could even possibly think about a heaven and what that might look like, you wouldn't be able to think of anything better than this planet.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. This is heaven. And we make it hell through our thoughts and what we believe, and our beliefs aren't even our own. They come from other people. So it's like, just go in, tell yourself the truth. Tell yourself the truth. And sometimes you don't want to hear the truth because it hurts, but ultimately it will always, always, always set you free. And that's the reality. That's why I call myself a truth warrior. I will tell you the truth. I love you enough to tell you I don't give a fuck about your problems. I do care deeply that you live your fullest life and that you're happy. That's all that matters. And the story is what's making you miserable. So that's why we love to get teachers like Byron Katie and other powerful teachers that, and I study with, I don't have any answers. I'm always like, information, teach me another idea, another way of looking at things, get out of your box and look at things from all angles and ideas, perspectives, and then you'll formulate your own ideas. But there really are no new thoughts. Every thought that's ever been thought has been thought. I love what Byron Katie says, there are no new thoughts. Whatever thing you got spinning in your head, worry, concern, oh, my husband, it's all been told. It's all been told billions of times. And then you get to the point where you're just like, oh, it's just a story.
It's just a story that actually isn't even true.
It's not even true. It's not even true. And you can. The best part is that you can write your own story.
Yeah.
And that's where the power is. And you can enjoy this. I call it the Garden of Eden. You can enjoy the Garden of Eden however you want. Make up your own rules. Make up your own. And don't please anyone. Give up trying to please or make anybody happy. The biggest goal is, like we were talking about last night, impress yourself.
Yeah.
Impress yourself every day. And that alone can change the world.
Yeah. You guys, this is my cousin. Like, I'm related to her. Like, our moms are sisters and stuff. Like, legit. I love you.
I love you too. And I'm so happy that you're here.
Oh my gosh.
And that I hope you really listen to this shit. Really fucking listen to this stuff. And do the work. And don't put your shit on anybody else. Don't be a victim. And don't try to rescue anybody.
Anyone.
And don't expect anyone to rescue you. Because you will die alone.
You will.
So you better be at peace with yourself.
On that note, peace.
Peace.